know what? This your podcast down. McFly, Reek, and G are here. Maybe Dre's gonna join us, but we don't know. We're not sure. But I do know this. It's been a long time coming. And not for what y'all think. I'm gonna start off with this. Andre 3 Stacks is dropping a solo album. Yay! He's gonna solidify that GOAT status. Yeah, fucking no, he's not. And you know why? Now, unless this is a joke, I'm on NPR site right now. They're talking about the album. It's called New Blue Sun. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but okay, fine.
Loops.
One thing it is not, quotes, however, is a rap record. No bars, no beats, no sub bass. Andre doesn't sing on this joint either. What he does is play flute and plenty of it. Now, I don't. It goes on to that different types of flutes and Mayan flutes and bamboo flutes and contrabass flute. I don't give a damn. If this is true and it's a flute album, he shall never be entered into the GOAT conversation again. This man plays flutes. He over there competing with Lizzo. No longer can he be considered a GOAT. That's why G.I. was like, yo, before you say anything, read this article. It's not supposedly going to be a rap album. I have nothing else to say. I just don't know what else to say about that shit. It's a flute album?
Whoa, I didn't see that.
A lot of people didn't because you saw Complex and you saw Double XL and, oh man, 3 Stacks coming out with an album.
They definitely were like that.
Did you read what it said?
Nope, they didn't.
Because niggas don't read. Because it's like you want the secrets of life put in a book. Niggas ain't gonna read it.
Nope.
I hope this is a joke. I really hope it's a joke. And he gonna be like, the first song is all flute, and then we get that 3 Stacks flow afterwards. I hope it's a joke.
Yeah, this shit sound crazy as hell, bro. I can't even like if that's just real. Yo, you heard so pre-production. I was hyped, like, y'all came in, he about to drop, man. This about to be the moment where I'm about to see if he really gonna show us what it is. This nigga come out with a flute album?
Jazz flute. I sat there and I told people, I said, when 3 Stacks, if he ever drops an album, is not going to be what y'all want him to do. He's not like, y'all don't understand. Like, there's only been one thing that's been close to a solo album from him, and nobody listens to it. He didn't rap. Like, the songs, the hit songs on that album were not rap.
Yo, Hey Ya have bars. What you talking about? Bars.
Your prototype.
Bars.
Right. Sang the whole thing. And then on top of that, he's been wandering the earth.
With a bagpipe.
Right, getting into adventures, playing the flute. Like literally wandering the earth, playing the flute.
Peter Pan like.
Yo, he's in the new Pied Piper of rap.
New Pied Piper.
I'm all of it. And again, let's be very clear about something. Outkast the group is a great group. I don't know. There is I think Billboard did the record, or not the listing. It had them as the greatest rap group of all time. I don't feel like they are the greatest rap group of all time. Personally, I'm not mad at people saying that they did sell very well. Fine, have that. But this Andre as a top 5, top 10 solo artist, I'm sorry, get the fuck out of here. You just can't keep saying that shit. We have nothing to go on. As Reek just mentioned, the only thing close to a solo album he was singing, and that's cool. Do I think he can put together an album that had us thinking like, yo, maybe we should revisit that potentially. But ask Wayne how it feels now to be the elder statesman in the rap. It's hard to do what Jay did a few years ago with 444. It's hard to do what King Disease did with Nas. As much as y'all know how I talk about Nas, he found a way to be relevant after being an old head of hip hop. Everybody can't do that. Everybody doesn't have the ability to do that. And we got to start accepting the fact that we may never see if he can be that guy in hip hop, in rap by himself. I don't know if we're ever going to see that. If he's dropping a flute album,
Yeah,
I mean, that's a lot, man. And it's not helping nobody's argument. It's just not.
Flute. Playing the flute.
Who wrote that article?
NPR.
NPR seems to be like pretty credible source.
Rodney Carmichael dropped that album at 7:00 today in the morning.
If he drops a flute album, I'm playing the lottery.
He's dropping the flute. Listen, that's all he's been doing.
I'm playing the lottery.
He's been wandering the earth playing the flute.
Our percentages are crazy. If he drops a flute album, then that will solidify another percentage that I believe we have. I mean, like predicted.
Reek did call it. They say it's gonna be that, and we laughed and thought, yo, but like here we are, 3 days away from the flute album, which also brings us to another point I wanted to talk to y'all really quickly about. His fans may be the worst fan base in hip hop. As far as delusion goes, they're not horrible. They're not like Kanye fans. They're the worst fans, I think. But like delusional? You said who?
Pac fans.
Pac
fans are the worst. Oh, man.
Pac fans, and I'm a fan of Pac, but like we can't be like, Pac lyrically is over everybody. No, he's not. Like, I like Pac. He's not. But I think we need to rank these guys. We need to rank the fan bases, the stands, if you will. Because I'm so tired of the random, ridiculous claims that just litter the internet about this guy is the best of all time because of this one verse on this one song, this one time he did. You got to knock it off, man. You got to knock it off.
3 Stacks fans are bad because they just call him like, yo, he's top 5. Like, he doesn't even have a solo album. Like, you sit here like, did you hear those bars? Like, he did spoken word on some features.
Spoken word.
But it's just like
he do have spoken word features.
He ain't rap. He did spoken word.
Really break it down. It'd be spoken word.
It'd be spoken word. Like, I don't care what none of it is. Like, that's really he be doing. He get on the feature, do some spoken word with a flute, and everybody's like, "Yo, he's top 5 ever." No, he's not.
I see the spin now, man. I see. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this. So, look at the group angle. Solo, you can't say that. Is Outkast a top 3 group of all time? Not top group. Are they, in y'all opinion, are they a top 3 group of all time?
Of all time, we including like Run. We're including
yes. Everything that's considered rap adjacent, yes. That means you gotta look at the Quest of the World, you gotta look at Naughty by Nature, you gotta look at Wu-Tang. G-Unit, let's say the original 3, maybe throw in Bug. Like, Bad Boys a crew. I won't say them, but like the Locks would be a group. Not label, but actual like group. Like, we do shit together. We make albums together type shit. Run DMC you mentioned as well. I mean, got the Outlaws. They're amazing.
I think in certain geographic arguments, you can 100% make that. When you talk about,
I don't give a fuck about what Atlanta think. Atlanta gonna pick everybody from Atlanta. just no offense to Atlanta, great music, but Atlanta be like, Future's the best of all time. You'd be like, of what? Of the music he branded? Sure. Like a GOAT though, top 3 of all time, top 5. I'm not giving Future that.
I wouldn't be mad if you tried to make the argument. I personally wouldn't put it in minds.
It's a similar argument we said about like the Waynes of the world. Like, it's such a copied formula that it feels like, oh, you should be in the GOAT conversation. But either way, so you're saying in some circles you think they're a top 3 group.
Yeah.
But not for you or not universally. You just think it's not a bad argument to make.
I could be convinced in a certain circle or a certain instance. I could be convinced that they have the criteria to be, but they just weren't necessarily for me. Although I like a lot of their stuff. Don't get me twisted. Mm-hmm. It's just you can't. When you mentioned 5 people that I thought might have been better. The Naughty, the Quest, you know what I mean? Run.
Tribe. I mean, it's so many, man. It's so many.
I'll say this. I've never heard anybody say, "Yo, throw that Outkast
on." Yo, that's facts. Yo, you right. That is facts. No one is saying, yo, I need that.
Be honest. When the last time y'all listened to an Outkast song? Be honest though. When the last time?
I can't remember the last time. Outkast. I like Outkast because people like Big Boy and 3 Stacks. But if we being honest about them as a group, I have never gotten anybody's car. I've never been to a party. I never heard anybody like just playing Outkast. And that could be a regional thing. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is like this whole idea, because you know how people like they hate on Jay-Z, but like, yo, people down south don't listen to Jay and all this other stuff. It was like, why y'all sitting there thinking Outkast is so universal?
That's a fact.
Because I don't know anybody in the East Coast, West Coast, anybody listen to Outkast like that. Outside of Atlanta.
Outside of Atlanta, you're right.
That's why I said geographically you can make the argument, but I don't know if you leave that area.
But I'm saying, but that's all. But that's kind of my thought too. If you're making the argument geographically, then you're losing the argument. If it needs to be made with certain areas, like Run DMC, there's an old group, right? No one they invented the rap group. That's what they did. Like you can't. That's universal. Oh, they're older. They've been around for a long time. I mean, I guess, but there's other groups that I feel like, to me, I'm gonna want to hear them before I'm gonna want to hear Outkast. And if that's what I'm going on, they're not in a good spot. So I don't know if they're not even a top 3 group consensus for most people. How the hell can he individually be top 10, top 5? It don't even make sense. Just mathematically, it doesn't make sense.
No.
But I'm ready for that Flute album though. I don't know how to judge a Flute album. I don't know what I'm listening for.
It's jazz. It's a jazz album. And he got like crazy titles to the names of the songs.
I heard that too. Yeah.
The bad part is I like jazz. I listen to jazz. I might like this album if it's what it is. But then, like y'all said, there better be no more conversations about him being a top GOAT, nothing.
It just has to stop.
Man, I haven't heard.
But I know the flip, though. People are going to say, look how talented he is. He gave us these bars 50 years ago, and he giving us flute bar sequences, and that's great. What rapper you know playing? I see it. His fans is going, they crazy.
If they do that, then that will officially put them in the deal. Who will be top 3 for me, top 2 for me at that point? Worst fan base in hip hop. If they sit there and use the Flute album to establish his dominance in hip hop, they will be in my top 2 worst fans in hip hop, bar none.
Man,
bar none.
I haven't heard jazz flute since Anchorman.
And I don't think it'll be as good, goddammit.
Yeah.